There is our marking. We're going to drill it out really quick right now. So as you see, we got our bolt in. It's just in lightly. Okay. Now when we start moving the body kit around, it's not going to slip and just fall right off. Okay, cool. Now we're just gonna, make sure we got everything pretty much aligned. We're gonna put that bolt in underneath. We're gonna get both sides kind of screwed in, so we could go from there and modify a little bit more. All right, we'll just tighten that up, and then we'll check the front out as soon as we do that. Make sure we got correct gapping around the light. Okay. This is all just a pre-test. We're just checking it out, making sure that it's going to fit okay. We're going to close the hood down, check all of the gaps. As you see, the whole front still needs to be screwed down from underneath, but we're just checking everything. Because if you have problems, you have something hitting, that's when you want to attack it. You know what I mean? So we're just making our little screws, holes here, so we could screw the bumper cover down with our bolts. Right there, we got the one in the center. Alright, so if you're wondering how I got the markings to drill the holes here, what I basically did was pull the cover off, right? I saw where the hole was, and I just did a dead center line right on here. If you see that line, right? Then I pushed my bumper cover on and kind of basically aligned it where I wanted it. And then I just followed that same line here across, right? It's supposed to go over this way a little bit. But if you see it now, it's aligned. Okay, and then that's basically where it is. So I'm going to drill the hole there, and our hole should be there, our bolt hole. Same thing on this side. If you see, I drew the line here is where the center of the bolt is on the radiator support, and then I pushed this on, and that's basically where it's going to be. So let's drill those out and see how accurate they are. And there's also some playroom, so we're going to make these a little big. This way, if we have to move the bumper cover that way or to the right, whatever, we have working room. Just like we did here, we enlarged these holes a little bit. Okay, even these. And that one. Okay, so we're going to drill those out, and then we could put our bolts in and then shift our body kit to where we need it and do it. So, we're looking about the same thing here. This is going to have to come out a little bit. As you see, we have a little, it's pushed in a little. So there's little minor adjustments that we have to work on, but little by little, this kit will be on pretty soon. If you want to see how dead on that was, the hole is right there. Take a look at the body line straight on. Now you can see that it doesn't look too bad like this, right? We still have to push the kit in further and tighten it, and something's giving us a problem, so I'm going to show you what that problem is in a second. And we want to take a look at the body line, because when this thing's painted, we're going to notice the body line here, see if it matches up. You know, we want it to match up perfectly. Okay, but if we look from the top of the hood like this, you're going to see that it is sticking out a little bit, right? We don't want that. We want it to be flush. Okay? Now if we look on this side, we're going to see that the lip does hang out a little bit. So this maybe have to be custom fabricated, cut down a little bit, and redone. We still have to work on that, okay? This area has to be pushed in a little bit, of course. It's probably good right there. When this is all tightened up inside, nothing's tightened up. We only have one screw here and it's loose. So once all this is tightened up, then we're going to know exactly how much we have to cut right up in here and modify. As we look on this side, it's definitely sticking out a lot more than our hood. Okay, remember, our hood is perfectly lined up, so we have to get the kit to match the hood. Alright, so look at the line. The lines look like they match pretty good. Okay, this just has to be pushed in and tightened. Let's check out the front here, not too bad. This looks pretty good. And then up in here, the kit has to actually come outward this way. If we take a look at it like this, you can see that it's pushed in. The reason why is when they made this fiberglass kit, it's not thick enough this way. That's why I have to actually cut a groove in it this way. We could pull it out, pull the bumper cover out, and then tighten it. That's what we have to do here. But overall, it's in pretty good. All right, this is a quick rough draft. We're about an hour in with the bodywork dry fitting process with this front piece, drilling the holes on the whole top and across by the fenders, and get everything lined up. Alright, so this is how we're looking. Not too shabby, a little bit more, and then we should be good. Now let me show you. When I tighten this screw down, it's pushing the kit out. So we're going to have to notch this somehow. Same as this side. When I tighten it up, it's tightening, but it's pushing the body kit out because of this lip. Okay, that's the problem. So we're going to have to correct these areas on both sides, and then go from there.
Alright, basically I'm just showing you a outside view of the body kit. We didn't do any of the modifications that we just talked about. I'm just showing you how it looks outside in the sun, so you could kind of get a better view of how it's coming out so far. Alright? After this, we're going to move over to the front grills. We're going to take out the old grills from the original bumper cover, and then make sure we have all of our pieces. We're going to take the fog lights out. We're going to completely strip the original bumper cover. This way we have all the parts to put back into this new one.
So now we're taking our grills out, and I just want to show you, you probably already know how to take these clips out. If we look toward the side here, you're going to see that they just snap in, and all you do is push these in and pull it out. Alright, and they all snap right in like this inside. Okay, so basically all you got to do is push these pins down, right, these little tabs, and then pull out here little by little. Just go all the way around, and then the grills just pop out, and then we're going to have to find a way to mount these in the new bumper cover because we don't have any slots in them. Alright, so let's go ahead, take this one out, and we'll also take our fog lights out. This way our bumper cover is basically all stripped out. Alright, so we got this one out. Now let's take our fog light out. Okay, pretty simple. I'm just going to figure a way to mount these up in our new bumper cover. As you can see, it's a little pitted. We could try color sanding them and buffing them down. They are really pitted pretty bad with rocks because they're so low to the ground, but we'll see what we can do to clean them up, and then we'll mount them, because they do come in handy. Even if you don't use them on this new kit, they do come in handy to save all this type of stuff.